Still can't get that right. Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming. This is the May 21st City Council meeting of the City of Woodland Park. And I love the attendance. Thank you all. Monica,
Yes.
can we do the roll?
Yes. Mayor Jones,
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Nakai, here. Councilmember Bryant,
Here.
Councilmember Gear,
Here.
Councilmember Smith,
Yep.
Councilmember DeZellem,
Here.
all six present. Mayor, you have a quorum.
Thank you. Please join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Interesting. How many times we've done that? All right, let's see. Ceremonies, presentations, and appointments. First one, item A, PPR BD Energy Code update in accordance with HB 22-1362 and HB 23-1233. Who's doing that one? There we go.
Good evening, Rob. Right up for everybody.
Is his mic on?
No.
Okay.
Is that better?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, thank you.
Roger.
Again, Roger Lovell, building official for Pikes Peak Regional Building Department. I'll try and keep this as brief as possible and willing to answer and happy to answer any questions that you might have. But before we start, I'd just give a brief introduction to Pikes Peak Regional Building Department. And the department was founded in 1966 between the city of Colorado Springs and El Paso County. And the goal at that time was to have a uniform building code across jurisdictions. In the mid 80s, Fountain, Monument, Palmer Lake, Green Mountain Falls, and Manitou all joined into the agreement. So right now we service all of El Paso County with the exception of Calhan and Rama. We are talking to Calhan right now and hope to bring them on board, as well as the city of Woodland Park. And actually, Woodland Park was kind of our model for working with Calhan. So thank you for that. We've been serving Woodland Park since 2014. And what we do is we issue all the permits. We do the construction, electrical, mechanical, and plumbing reviews on all of those projects, and then make sure that we route the plans through the proper departments. Are there any questions on kind of that process? All of our inspections are conducted the same day as long as you make the inspection request before 8:30 in the morning, with the exception of re-roof permits. But any
Council, any questions? Okay.
So the main reason I'm here tonight is to talk to the energy code and some of the actions that have been taken by the state of Colorado. Aaron, where do I? Okay, there we go. You're my clicker. Got it. Thank you. I'll try and keep you busy. So in 2022, there was legislation introduced, House Bill 22-1362, and we did come up here and talk to the city of Woodland Park about that. And in addition, we took a very strong position on 1362 and voiced a lot of opposition. We testified in opposition to it, and we worked with the legislators to try and make it less invasive. Regardless, the energy code passed, and prior to 2022, the statewide minimum energy code was pretty lax. It was one of the three most recent energy codes. In 2022, that changed, and it started a timeline for energy code compliance. And what it does is there are certain triggers in there that we have to be very careful about. If a jurisdiction updates a building code, they are required to adopt the current energy code at that time. So we're very strategic and very careful in how we do it. Click, please. Thank you. Additionally, there was House Bill 23-1233, And this bill applied specifically to multifamily construction, and it requires if a multifamily development is constructed, then it requires EV infrastructure to go in as part of that development. And why this is important for this discussion is there was an exception in that bill that allowed for, there are certain statewide codes that we have to adopt and enforce as a building department, those being the electrical, plumbing, and the conveyance or elevator and escalator codes. It required, and it had an exception in there for the plumbing and electrical. We were successful in getting the exception to also include the conveyance codes, but it also has a trigger of July 1st, 2026 in the event that a jurisdiction adopts the latest plumbing and electrical codes, which interestingly enough are also required by the state of Colorado. So the trick is navigating each one of these requirements with the state to make sure, in our opinion, in our position, to keep energy codes as less restrictive as possible. Okay, thank you. So what it all boils down to is kind of the timeline that you see in front of us. And I think each one of you have a copy of that. It's my best attempt at keeping it as simple as possible. But you'll see the dates on the top line are the trigger dates for adoption of certain codes. If you implement or if you update a building code anytime after each one of those dates, then you're required to adopt that state minimum energy code. So if you look at the timeline, if we go back to June 30th, 2023, one day before the deadline, we implemented the 2021 International Energy Code, or IECC, with amendments. That met the requirements one day before the deadline. So now if we fast forward to July 1st, 2026, we will be adopting and implementing the 2021 International Energy Conservation Code without any amendments. So we're getting rid of the amendments that we have, as well as the Model Electric Ready and Solar Ready Code. So why we're doing this is because the next code, which will be the current code after July 1st, is the Model Low Energy and Carbon Code. And that is a version of the next, or the 2024 International Energy Conservation Code, which that code in its own right really is not bad. It's actually a pretty good code, but the state of Colorado heavily modified it and made it much more restrictive.
Mm.
So our intent is to try and stay one step behind the state minimums while remaining in compliance. The changes that we're looking at with the moving to the 2021 code and the Model Electric and Solar Ready Code are fairly straightforward. The amendments that we have in the Pikes Peak Regional Building Code, they go away. That part is relatively simple. The Model Electric and Solar Ready Code, the Solar Ready portion just requires the builder, the contractor, the designer to identify an area on the structure, both commercial and residential, for potential future solar. It doesn't require any pre-wiring. It doesn't require any solar panels to be installed. It just requires you to identify and provide a location, and that frees up the roof from roof vents and whatnot. The Model Electric portion, I have my own opinions on it. It doesn't matter. It's a state requirement. What the Model Electric portion of the code does is, if you put in say a gas range, you are required at that gas range to provide electrical service in the event someone in the future desires to put an electric range in. Same for a gas water heater. The goal is clearly to, I guess now I am going to say it, penalize the use of natural gas and promote electrification. It does also require at least one 40 amp circuit in the garage for electric vehicle charging. Unfortunately, there's no way around this. This is the lesser of the evils, but those will be the codes that we work to for at least the next 3 years. And the good thing about it is at least it's one step behind the model low energy and carbon code, which has all of the requirements that I spoke to earlier, in addition to more restrictions. I think that's all. I think is my next slide questions. There we go.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to answer any questions. I know that was technical and fast, but
Yeah, no, thank you for that, Roger. Appreciate it. Council, any questions? Yep. Steve?
Yeah, so if we decide to build a garage under our place, we're gonna be required to put an EV plug station in that new garage?
would it be a detached garage or attached?
Either or, I don't think it would really matter if it's attached or detached. Does it?
I'm not the code expert, but I don't believe that would apply to a detached garage. And it might be somewhat difficult to apply that to an attached garage that you're building as well. Our approach to all of these codes is to try and find any out that we can.
Well, I'm gonna put a 40 amp in there, I might as well throw a 50 amp in there, hook up my fifth wheel.
It's a minimum 40 amp circuit. The way that I look at it is that's a great place for me to plug in my welder.
The same way, but
Yep.
yeah.
Any other questions, council? Okay. Excellent. Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. Next on the agenda, Keep Woodland Park Beautiful. Litter Bug Art Lab presentation. Who's doing that?
This is our little mascot for the committee.
Oh. Oh, excellent. Yeah.
Okay. Are we ready? Okay, hi.
Hello.
Well, I'm Sheila Jimenez. I'm part of the Keep Woodland Park Beautiful Committee. And we are honored to share the Litter Bug Art Lab activity that was held April 29th at Memorial Park with sixth graders from Merit Academy. You can see them over there, or most of them. We are striving to form collaborative opportunities for the youth in our community. Is it not changing? We have a slideshow for you, but it's not clicking through. I'll keep talking though. So we are striving to form collaborative opportunities for the youth in our community across the schools to work together on various service learning projects. And this project was our initial endeavor. It actually was Kristen Higginbotham's idea. She's our city liaison on the committee, and she happens to be out of town this evening, unfortunately. But she introduced this theme which incorporated a fun twist, which is turning trash into treasure. So the students used the litter they collected in various parts of our city to form an art masterpiece, which they brought with them today, and we will share with you all this evening. And are we getting the slides? Do you want me to just keep talking?
Yeah, I mean, there we go. Well, maybe.
So this activity was supported by generous community donations, which are on the screen, and I can hopefully tell you off the top of my head. Okay. Yep. So those community, so we had Walmart, AJ's, Apex Waste Solutions, and of course Woodland Park the city of Woodland Park. We also we also appreciate Seth, who is our city council liaison, and Kelly Bryant and Kristen as well, as Amy Moore, for orchestrating the pickup and delivery of of food. So the students enjoyed donuts, and we had some fruit. I don't know how much they ate, but we had some fruit for breakfast and pizza from AJ's for lunch. And this is this is a picture of our committee. So myself, Sheila Jimenez, Kelly Bryant, Claudia Miller, Amy Moore. I didn't see Amy. I don't think she's here. Terry Vaughn, and then Seth, right there, Seth. And then of course Kristen. And I'm gonna hand it over to Claudia.
Service learning projects are embedded with objectives to enable youth to gain knowledge and appreciation of worthwhile endeavors that support communities. This activity provided a grand opportunity to infuse experiential learning, which heightens students' ability to grasp concepts. In this case, a skit was introduced incorporating the 3 R's of conservation: reduce, reuse, and recycle. 4 merit students volunteered to play impromptu parts as a group of kids. Were they here? Raise your hand if you were one of the kids. They did a great job. And what they did is they walked across the city patio there in the park, and they were eating. They were just impromptu, that they were just chatting, and they had banana peels flying around, candy wrappers, pop cans. And we had 3 of our committee members that were actually aghast looking at the discarded items, and they were dressed in patriotic bug attire, looking at this scene. And they also noticed that there was a class of 6th graders in the park, in the little patio area. And so the litter bug cleanup crew decided that they were going to teach them some of the skills from the Litter Bug Constitution. And Article 1 was here: reduce litter, use less of something. And then they gave a lot of specifics. And then Article 2, reuse again, use an item again. And then Article 3 was make new items from used ones. The students also played a kind of a fun hula hoop, another experiential thing, a hula hoop game where they had their own litter bags on the different teams, and they had to go to 5 hula hoops and discriminate to see where would I put that litter. So that was kind of fun. Another thing they did, or they decorated little bird feeding bird feeders, and that they could put in their gardens, realizing that you can take even an oatmeal container and just reuse it. And so we encourage them this summer, as they're doing gardening and things, to see if they can just use some refuse from their home. What we realized with the other activities, actually picking up the litter, is that these kids now have some skills that on a summer fun thing, parents, you could have the kids actually do a neighborhood cleanup in your own neighborhood, teaching conservation. I think that'd be so fun. And they know quite a bit about this area now. You know, we are really lucky on our committee that we have the manager of Apex Waste Solutions in Divide, which is Terry Vaughn. And he's on our committee, and Terry's going to share something about his part in bringing in this great garbage truck that the kids were enthralled with. It was the hit of the morning, I'll tell you. So he's going to tell us about that.
Well, it's kind of cool because the day that we did this happened to be the same day that a recycle article that Kelly Sanford worked very well on happened to come out. So I think Kelly actually intended on that being like a 2 or 3 week investigation. And the more she dug into it, the more she wanted to learn and kind of find the real facts. So it ended up going into probably a 5 or 6 week investigation. And I thought it was very well put together, especially with the initiative that the state of Colorado is working on right now. But this was kind of great opportunity. Our ops manager, Sean Sweat there, brought the truck out. He picked up some recycle on the way from a commercial stop. So it was pretty much hopper full of cardboard. But since we were educating, more or less, most of our little presentation there was more mostly focused about safety. So pinch points on the equipment, proper PPE, sunglasses, your safety glasses, gloves, boots, high vis, and all that. So I don't know how much of that actually got out to the kids. The truck was a little bit noisy there, but it was kind of fun just to share a lot of that, because it's a lot of stuff that a lot of people don't think about when you are out there in an environment that's pretty dangerous like that. So anyway, any opportunity we have to talk about safety, we like to do that too.
Thank you.
Can we go forward? There we go. Thanks. So here's a photo of some of our mighty litterbug cleanup teams. And we actually split into 2 teams. Kelly and I teamed up with Leslie Gray, who's Merritt Academy's art teacher, to pick up trash in the neighborhood just north of Memorial Park. So it's Park Street, Gunnison. We went down to West. We went up and down Kansas Alley and Lake, and then down around the post office. And then Amy and Seth went with another team of students to Meadowood Sports Complex and picked up litter there and found some really interesting things that I see are incorporated into the art project here. So that's pretty cool. And Terry Vaughn followed the groups around. He collected trash bags and supplied water if we needed it. And then when we returned, we enjoyed a picnic lunch pizza, and it started snowing, but that was okay. It was nice while we were picking up trash. It was thunder snow, that's right. Afterwards, the students headed back to school we gave them some gift bags, and of course they had special bags of the trash they wanted to keep. That they thought would be useful for their art project. And you can see what they turned it into. So creatively turn their litter finds into art treasure. And I gotta hand it off to Claudia.
I didn't do my baby duty very well. You know, we really appreciate the support that Merritt gave us, bringing the kids out. It was a beautiful experience. And I've got to tell you, as a teacher, these kids were so well behaved. They were enthusiastic. They worked well cooperatively, and they were inquisitive, you know, and that's kind of a really neat trait to see in kids. So what we're thinking is that by having these little educational experiences with our committee and different things the city provides, that it really gives these kids a sense of empowerment and care and concern for their community that could be a lifelong attitude, but also really keep our city right now beautiful in a special way. So we're going to have Leslie Gray, their art teacher, and is Melissa Smith here? Okay, Leslie's the art teacher that constructed this beautiful piece of art, a masterpiece. So she's going to come to the up here with her students. And then after that, we thought maybe Mayor Jones might like to say something, and then we can have some pictures.
Okay.
As a conclusion.
Good evening. Thank you so much for having us. We had 21 students sign up, and we had 1 sick, so we had 20 students that day. We had used the Woodland Park school bus, the smaller one, and made 2 trips to get everybody there. The weather was mostly cooperative. We did have sideways snow at one point, but that was towards the end. And the kids realized that the bathrooms were pretty well insulated, so they were in there a little bit. So they really enjoyed the cool demonstration of the Apex truck as well as the donuts, and I think we did have some fruit eaters, right? Yes. Okay. The vision that we wanted to create was to represent all of our schools in Woodland Park to show them together as one, since we have the same purpose to educate children in this community as to be amazing members of society. It's called Education Above the Clouds. We incorporated the roofline of Merritt and the bell towers of Columbine and Summit and the clock tower of the high school all into one building, which was a lot of fun. We found corrugated plastic that we used. If you look closely enough, the Merritt roof says open house with a sign with an arrow in one of the directions for somebody's house that was for sale. The other corrugated plastic was a sign that was advertising to put up Christmas lights. So that got dissected and split up into lots of different pieces. There's roofing tar on here. I had the opportunity to wash duct tape as well as everything else in hot soapy water. If you ever get the chance to do that, it comes out pretty clean. The gravel stayed on there, but it was very clean gravel. So the exterior we painted to match the brick. It was a bright orange, but we painted that to match the brick of the schools. The group that went to Meadowood found hockey sticks and a soccer ball. I'm not sure where we got the I'm guessing, I don't know what the orange thing is. I'm guessing it's like scaffolding foot maybe. But the kids enjoyed painting that to match our earth. We did put the badminton racket on as the roof, and the plywood circle we actually had found somewhere. I think it was on Park, but we carried that around for a while in our bag until Mr. Vaughn was kind enough to come and take it from us. It was heavy. And then we made the clock tower just to represent 5 o'clock, to represent Merritt's 5 years of school. So we had a lot of fun. The kids all helped paint, duct tape again, like they haven't done before. And we have yogurt. Everything is made either reused or recycled, or the trash that came from it. So we're pretty excited to work on that these last few weeks. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah. You guys want to come up for a picture? So I will say, on behalf of the city of Woodland Park and its citizens, thank you very much, you guys. Thank you, children. Whoops, sorry, the kids. Thank you for the committee and the school, and Councilmember Bryant as well. I love the amount of effort that you guys put together for this. So thank you. And the art looks fantastic. It looks really cool.
Really does.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have anything?
Again, it was a pleasure to work with Merritt. We touched on just how well behaved these kids were, but I also think it's notable how enthusiastic they were about cleaning up. They were darting all over the sides, making sure every piece of garbage was picked up, and really they covered a lot of ground.
We did. It was fun to hear them because they loved using the trash grabbers and wearing their vests and had their gloves on, and you would hear, "I have trash," or "I have treasure."
Yep.
And so we had separate trash bags and treasure bags, and so it was fun. We did have fun.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, for your.
Councilman Brian, should we be down there with them?
What are you doing? Much hair warm.
Better hurry before the camera's all taken out. Which camera's taking us? Which way more?
Thank you, guys.
Oh, no.
Okay, well done. Let's see, that brings us to School to Work Alliance Program presentation. And okay. Aw.
My name is Patty Woods. I am the coordinator for School to Work Alliance program with Woodland Park School District and Cripple Creek. We were with Manitou. BOCES is just down to 2, so it's just Cripple Creek and Woodland Park. And I am responsible for some work-based learning programs that take place in the high school. One of them is the studio. And in the studio, we create all kinds of products that we then sell at the Woodland Park Farmers Market. And our booth is usually in the corner of the basketball courts right over here. And we will be there again this summer. And we've created some banners that we will be selling. This one was the first one we created, and it's a bit long for the booth. But our students decided that it would be a great thing for maybe Memorial Park for the 100 or 250th anniversary of the America, and have it there for our old-fashioned day in the park. And we wanted to present that to you, Mayor. Thank you.
Wow.
And it's for you from the School to Work Alliance program, but made by the students in the studio from Woodland Park High School.
Excellent. Yeah, that's fantastic. Thank you. And I've heard great things about the program, by the way, so.
Thank you. We have quite a few. It's not just the studio. In fact, Rebecca Lambert and I started up with the Panther Cafe this year, which is Caden, Aaliyah, and Brooke, my students here, got food safe certification and then went on to help serve food in it was a pilot. We're going to be presenting in Pueblo in July about the pilot. Rebecca got a $60,000 grant, if I remember correctly, to start that program up, and we're going to keep it going.
Great.
It was good for the little pilot Tuesdays that we had our lunch served. You know what? You guys look tired. Do you want to turn around and we'll take a picture?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, you can hang it on the side.
There you go. You guys all want to come down?
Yeah, you should be.
He always knows. Yeah, stay away from power. I see hunger.
Yeah, come on, come on down this way.
Down.
All good.
A little closer.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Maybe,
Yeah, step over it. Come around. There you go.
Oh, that's fantastic, guys. Thank you very much.
I doubt it. And then they have the rubber.
All right, thank you. Okay. All right, next on our agenda is appointment to Parks and Rec Advisory Board. Monica.
Yes, so actually, we're going to move that to the June 4th meeting when Joel can be here.
Okay. Perfect.
So,
Additions, deletions, or corrections to the agenda? Okay. All right, consent calendar. How do you guys want to tackle this one?
We'll break it.
make a motion.
We
I'll-
pick it up, please.
Yeah.
I'll do the easy part. I
Yep.
make a motion for the approval of the May 2026 City Council meeting minutes and the statement of expenditures for April 2026.
Second.
Wait.
Oh, yeah.
We need to make the minutes as amended.
As amended.
As amended, I second it.
Any discussion?
Yeah.
Okay, Monica? We have a motion and a second.
Oh, yeah, I'm like, what? What do you?
What?
Okay, Jones,
Yes.
Nakai,
Yes.
Bryant,
Yes.
Gear,
Yes.
Smith,
Yep.
DeZellem,
Yes.
and the motion carries unanimously.
Thank you. Item B, approval of an agreement between A1 Chip Seal Company and the City of Woodland Park in the amount of $438,859.57 for citywide chip seal, crack seal, fog seal, and stripping and striping, sorry. There you go. Yep.
Yes, for your council tonight is the contract. We had budgeted $500,000 in the 2026 budget for these improvements. We're asking for actually a 10% increase to that, although the contract will be for the exact dollar amount you described. But this is for various projects around town, chip seal on Evergreen Heights, a portion of Valley View that will receive some patchwork, and then chip seal on top of that. The American Discovery Trail is an exciting portion of this. So council approved the contract for Fairview from Highway 24 or the Beer Works intersection all the way south to the city line. The American Discovery Trail will be parallel to that, and we're going to make improvements on that and also pave a dirt section of that. So it'll be nicely refreshed and then paved from basically Aspen Garden Way all the way up to Chester Avenue. Which is just the same road as Arby's is on, if you will. So that's exciting. And then citywide striping. We've been behind in our striping, and it's been very difficult to find someone to do it. So I'm very excited about that. This contract was put out to bid. We had one responsive bidder, and that's A1 Chip Seal. They've actually done a lot of work for the city over the last 15 years. So very excited for them to at least have some interest on that as well. What questions may I answer? Council?
I just have a silly question. What is fog seal?
It's kind of like a seal coat on the chip seal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which dovetails into the fact that I absolutely hate chip sealing. As a motorcycle rider, there's literally nothing worse you could do to the road other than chip seal it. So while I understand it's a necessary maintenance thing, the fact you're doing it to Evergreen Heights, which is
Sorry.
primary road, to the extent that we possibly can limit that methodology, I would like to encourage you to do so. It kills windshields and it kills motorcyclists. So,
Yep, it does extend the life of the road, as you
It
know.
does.
I know you know the science behind it.
Yep.
Evergreen Heights is one of our most traveled roads. The fire station is on that road as well. We did spend quite a bit of money on that a few years ago. We're just trying to keep that road well. Move your house.
I will get right on that, kid. Thank you. Duly noted.
Thank you.
So,
Any other,
Yeah.
yeah.
so, yeah. So we were approved for 500 grand, right?
You approved it, yes. So,
Okay, so we're under budget here.
correct.
So you're just asking for 10,
I'm asking for 10% on top of the contract amount as things come up. Instead of bringing those back to city council, I'd like to have the flexibility to make those adjustments.
percent on top of the 5.
So the 10%, no, the 10% on top of the contract amount. So the 10% would be 482,745.
Asking for, you're already okay for 5.
So, well, just because council approves the contract, and if I go over that, I don't want to go over that, but
Right.
if it happens to, so,
Right. Just.
Yep.
Okay,
so,
again, you're under budget.
so.
So
We're gonna try.
Betsy, do we need, when we make this motion, do we need
Amend.
to amend it to add the 10%?
Yes, so I would say yes, you do. Does somebody else want to try to make a motion? Or would you like me to?
You can make the motion.
Okay. All right. So I would say the motion that I believe I was directed to make is I move to approve an agreement between A1 Chip Seal Company and the City of Woodland Park in the amount of $438,859.57 plus an additional 10% if necessary for citywide chip seal, crack seal, fog seal, and striping.
And I will second that.
I would say so moved.
No, no, so moved.
So moved.
Excellent. And then a second if somebody would like.
I
to
will
do that.
second.
Okay, discussion? None? Monica?
Nakai? Yes. Bryant?
Yes.
Gear?
Yes.
Smith?
Yep.
DeZellem?
Yes.
Jones?
Yes.
And the motion carries unanimously.
Thank you, council.
Yeah.
I will sweep in front of your motorcycle. I promise.
I appreciate you, Kim. Okay. Next item is public comment on item. No, we did see.
He approved A and C.
Yeah, it was. So, public comment on items not on the agenda. And I just want to remind everybody again that when we do public comment items not on the agenda, the council's hearing them for the first time, we really won't engage in those comments. So you won't hear us answer back. There may be a question or two for clarification, but for the most part, we're taking notes, we're listening, but we really won't respond or won't be able to respond. Okay,
So
do we have anyone signed?
We have 3 people signed up for public comment tonight. The first is Jerry Penland.
Thank you, Jerry. Mr. Penland? Can you tell us your place of residence, please?
Jerry Penland, Woodland Park.
Thank you.
It's great, really great, to see each and every one of you up there tonight. Looking at our new city council, the voters absolutely got it right this time. At your last meeting, you made the right choice to conduct an open application process for the city council vacancy that you see up there tonight. During that same meeting, you heard from a minority who were pushing you to fill the vacancy by immediately appointing the only unsuccessful candidate in the election. The silent majority were simply waiting to see what you were going to do. In your discussions, it was clear that history was your guide. For city council, the voters made 7,576 marks on their ballots. Only 870 of those marks were in support of the candidate the minority was pushing you to immediately appoint. That's only around 11% of the ballot marks. Well, we all know those numbers are very misleading. So, what are the real numbers that are not misleading? The real numbers that matter. There were 2,259 ballots processed and counted. Every successful candidate sitting up there received over 70% of the votes to fill a seat. Over 70%. The candidate being pushed by the minority received only 38.5%. Clearly, a large majority did not want that candidate sitting up there with you helping make decisions that will impact and affect our lives. 870 votes, 38.5%. Is that significant enough for you to simply give the vacant seat to an unsuccessful candidate? Sometimes history is so inconvenient for those who try to force their agenda on us. In the last election, only 2 years ago, an unsuccessful candidate with over 1,350 votes was not simply appointed to a vacant seat. That's almost 500 more votes than 870. The decision you made to accept applications was the same consistent decision many past city councils have made for years. I expect you to strongly consider the election results the will of the voters as you make your decision to fill the vacancy. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Penland.
Jerry,
Yeah.
I know it's probably a little late, but condolences.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you can tell, I cope by staying busy.
Well, I got plenty of things at the house you can do.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jerry. Next.
Okay, next on the list is Andrew Hardman.
Wow. Hartman. Hi, Andrew. Can you tell us your name again and your residence?
Yep, Andrew Hartman. I live in Lake George.
Thank you.
Yep, this is probably more of a introduction to who I am and what I'm bringing to Teller County as a whole. I work with Mount Carmel. It's a veteran service center down in Colorado Springs. They received a new grant called the Staff Sergeant Fox Grant, which is geared towards suicide prevention amongst veterans. And that grant is for Teller County and El Paso County. I am the Teller County outreach person. So my role here is to kind of create a veteran community, find those veterans who fit the suicide kind of checklist we have, and let them seek services through Mount Carmel. That doesn't mean I'm only focused on veteran suicide prevention. I'm also here to help veterans find all services that Mount Carmel provides, which is job search, as well as housing, and mental and behavioral health supports as well. I recently got approval through UC Health to have office conference space within their buildings here in Woodland Park, as well as Cripple Creek. So hopefully I'll be having a regular meeting space for veterans to come meet with me. The great thing about this is if Mount Carmel finds there's a big enough need, they will start sending services out here, service providers. So hopefully once a month at least, we'll be having all those support that Mount Carmel provides in Colorado Springs. They can come out here. And veterans don't have to drive to Colorado Springs. So that is my role, is to build veteran community, create veteran outreach, provide mental health support and suicide prevention, and then hopefully bring services out here in the long run.
Excellent.
Yeah. And then I will hang out after. If anybody here knows a veteran or has any questions about it, I'll be here for a couple of minutes after and just come find me.
Cool. Thank you, Andrew. Okay.
Okay, and third on the list, we have Gail Gehrig.
Hi, Gail.
Gail Gehrig, Woodland Park.
Thank you.
I've been a resident for Woodland Park for 39 years and Ute Pass for 49 years. I have seen many influential Woodland Park people come and go. I can think of a handful of residents who came to town, worked into positions of authority, completed their agendas, and then some faded from the city. Woodland Park does not need city council members of this type. It needs a person who is committed to the welfare of the city, the public school district, as well as adjunct schools, all businesses, and most important, all citizens. A member should respect and accept the voting results of the citizens and be free of any commitment to special interest groups. A member should have the ability to personally acknowledge a conflict of interest. At the last meeting, persons spoke to request Mary Sikowski fill a vacant council seat. I support your decision to proceed with the application process. Mary does not represent the requirements I mentioned. Mr. Penland went through all of the statistics on the voting and voting results. I won't repeat that. But it is significant that the majority of voters did not support her. I know there will be a candidate whose background and interests will best serve the city. Thank you.
Thank you. Monica, anybody online? Okay. All right, we will move on. Unfinished business, we have none. Ordinance on initial posting. The approval of Ordinance 1524, Series 2026 on initial posting. An ordinance of the City Council for the City of Woodland Park, Colorado, amending Chapter 15.03 of the Woodland Park Municipal Code regarding the Uniform Fire Code to adopt by reference the 2021 International Fire Code and setting a public hearing for June 4th, 2026. Karen.
I really don't have anything to add to that, other than Chief Tyler Lambert is in attendance if you had any specific questions. But really do request that you go ahead and set that hearing for June 4th at 6 p.m. Since that would be the appropriate venue to really dive into any details around that code.
Thank you.
So thank you.
Thank you. Council, any discussion? Just for the public, we did have a work session on this very matter and had a discussion with Chief Lambert as well. So I think we're well informed on this, I think, right? Okay. Okay. Gonna get a motion.
I will make a motion for the approval of ordinance 1524 series 2026 on initial posting. An ordinance of the City Council of the City of Woodland Park, Colorado, amending chapter 15.03 of the Woodland Park Municipal Code regarding the Uniform Fire Code to adopt by reference the 2021 International Fire Code and set a public hearing for June 4th, 2026.
Second.
Any discussion?
The only thing was we have to pretty much do this before the end of June.
June 30th.
June 30th.
Okay.
Okay, Bryant,
Yes.
Gear,
Yes.
Smith,
Yep.
DeZellem,
Yes.
Jones,
Yes.
Nakai.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. Okay. Public hearings. He's cruised right up there, Director Wiley. Public hearing, item A, approval of ordinance 1522, series 2026, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Woodland Park, Colorado, prohibiting the use of gray water and the installation of gray water treatment works on public hearing. Well, it is public hearing. So I don't know why that's in there, but okay.
Okay, before council, ordinance 1522 prohibiting gray water. You're probably like, why are we doing this? Because we want to save water. So gray water, this gray water ordinance prohibits the use of gray water systems in a reaction to House Bill 24-1362. The state went forward to encourage water conservation, but there's not a lot of regulations that apply with that. So we don't currently have anything that addresses gray water treatment systems. We are prohibiting them at this time until we can come back to you with an ordinance that regulates the uses of those. And the importance of that is, I'll back up. Gray water is defined as basically water used from sinks, bathtubs, clothes washers, things like that, to where that water is then collected and then treated sanitized, neutralized, treated to a certain standard, and then reused as irrigation, but not drinking water. Just want to make that clear, not drinking water, just a form of irrigation or the reflushing of water closets. Okay, you can imagine what goes into that as far as collecting it, treating it, and then putting it back into a separate plumbing system within a structure. Okay, so not only do you have, cold water lines and hot water lines, now you have a purple water line, if you will, that is basically sending that water to the toilet or irrigation systems. Okay, so a lot goes into the plumbing code when it comes into that. Also, how you put that back into the systems, you have different pressures, treatments, so on and so forth, right? So very, very complicated set of rules that would have to accompany the use of these systems. In the long run, yes, we want to conserve water. Right now, though, I will say Woodland Park residents don't irrigate a lot. Okay, our water usage does double in the summer due to irrigation, but that's more city facilities, city parks, things like that. So we're kind of a high desert area where our residents don't water lawns like you would think they do. In flushing toilets, you can imagine there's not a lot of flushing of toilets with gray water. If you're home all day, I'm sure, but if you're not home all day, you use your facilities once or twice. So Uh, Effective January 1st, 2026 was the House Bill 24-1362. I'm a little late on this. But if this wasn't passed, basically any system that would be put into place would have not a lot of regulation on it. We want to prohibit it at this time, but this ordinance allows us to make changes in the future. So what questions may I answer?
I've got two questions for you, Kip. The first is, are we aware of any gray water systems that would have been put in place between January 1st and now?
I'm not aware of any, but they didn't have to tell us either.
Super. And my second question is, are there other municipalities that we're looking at that have regulated this to some degree of satisfaction that we might be able to model off of?
I'm not aware of any yet. There's a couple ordinances that I've looked at, but there's a lot that goes into it. Some of the cities up north of Denver, I know I have looked at it and I have a couple examples, but that's where I'm going to start from to answer your question. It's kind of new as well. So
Thank you.
Yep, the UAC will look at this moving forward before we bring an ordinance to city council.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
So this is basically potable is what you're talking.
So it's non-potable water turned into a use that still is not potable but usable, if you will.
Right. For like golf course and
So
parks and stuff like that.
No.
So a little different. Reuse water from the wastewater treatment plant, we actually can send to the golf course and it's permitted use. This gray water is more addressing treatment systems within individual buildings that the city necessarily isn't responsible for, but used as irrigation or flushing of toilets. So there's a fine line between the two, but just so we're clear, the wastewater plant reuse waters are permitted use for irrigation. And that is in a non-potable system in itself. More of a public infrastructure standpoint where gray water is looked at the individual home or business or industrial user treats their water and puts it back into a separate plumbing system within their own structure.
Yeah, thank you for that. Good. Any other questions? Okay. Good. Thank you, Kip.
Thank you.
All right. Is there any discussion amongst the council here? No? Seeing none, we'll go ahead and open the podium for public comment. Anybody like to comment on the gray water ordinance? Oh. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and close the public comment section of this discussion and back to council for more discussion or a motion.
I'll do the motion if there's no more discussion.
Motion away.
Okay, I'll motion away. Okay, I'll make the motion for the approval of ordinance 1522, series 2026 as written.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Monica?
Okay, Gear,
Yes.
Smith,
Yep.
DeZellem,
Yes.
Jones,
Yes.
Nakai,
Yes.
Bryant.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks.
you, council.
Thank you, Kip. Okay, on to item B in our public hearing section is approval of ordinance number 1523, series 2026, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Woodland Park, Colorado, amending the land lease agreement between the City of Woodland Park and Cellco Partnership doing business as Verizon Wireless for the purpose of updating Verizon's leased area and facility located in relation to the aquatic center located at 111 North Baldwin.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I'll go ahead and give a presentation on this.
Okay.
So on August 15th, 2023, City Council approved the land use agreement between the city and Verizon for Verizon to lease space at 111 North Baldwin Street. So the amendment to that before you this evening is to the lease agreement is twofold. One, to show Verizon's leased area and facility location in relation to the aquatic center as the leased area and the facility had been shifted east to meet the property's setback requirements. And this change is the result of a survey error. So it's correcting that issue. And the second is very simple, it's just to update Verizon's notice address information in case we ever need to provide a notice to them under the terms of the contract. So that's all. If you have any other questions, I know that either I or the city manager online can answer them.
Thank you. Thank you, Betsy.
Of course.
Just to clarify,
Yeah.
really, this is dealing with a few feet shift of
Yes.
the lease area that was caused by a survey issue. We're not significantly changing where this tower is going.
No, it's just to comply with a survey error. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, any other discussion on the council right now? Okay, so I will again open this item up for public comment. And seeing none, you don't have anything online?
No.
No, yeah, okay. Okay, we will close the public comment section of this discussion and move back to the dais.
I will make a motion assuming, nope, okay, I will make a motion for the approval of ordinance number 1523, series 2026 as written.
Thank you.
I'll second.
But second.
I will second the motion.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second, Monica?
Uh-huh, Smith? Smith?
Yeah.
DeZellem?
Yes.
Jones?
Yes.
Nakai?
Yes.
Bryant?
Yes.
Gear?
Yes.
And the motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. Thank you, council. Thank you, Betsy. All right, next up, new business, discussion of DDA appointments. So typically we take applications or we take appointments as they come. I will tell you, I think, and for the public's notice, the DDA, the Downtown Development Authority, is a pretty influential board at this time, and has about well, I don't know how long of the life it has, but I think as council we need to consider this board differently, not just take applications and appoint, but this board really needs some more scrutiny around it. There's some big dollars that sit on this board or within their purview. And I just feel like this one's going to need a bit more mechanic around it. So I would like to go maybe question you.
Yeah, so I don't disagree. For me, part of it was the fact that we have an application, but we're going to take 2 more applications in a month because there's vacancies
There are,
that are,
yeah,
that
some of
are
the
coming up.
logistics around it.
The logistics of it for me, being the procedural queen, I just didn't like the optics of it. So and we've always tried to do the DDA in, at least when I've been up here, in June as applications. So I'm fine with
Going the
going that
application
application route.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I talk with the city manager every Thursday just to go over things like this. And one of the things that he made apparent to me was that the term that we would potentially fill at this point in time with the applicant that we had would technically be 2 weeks pretty much.
Correct.
And I don't think that's a good use of our applicant's time. And to have somebody reapply potentially in 2 weeks, I think is procedurally just a little bit messy. So I think moving the application or the appointment period to June's prudent.
Yeah, I don't have any disagreement whatsoever. I certainly agree wholeheartedly that this particular committee has some details to it that are unique, and access to a fund balance that is obviously also unique. So I certainly think that, not to discredit any of our other boards and committees, but this is one that due diligence is not something that we can take lightly. So I think with the timing of the application that we had, especially, it doesn't make sense to only do it for 2 weeks and turn around and do it again. I'm certainly in agreement with the council members who have spoken so far and the mayor. But yeah, no, the DDA as a whole, is in a unique position, and it's our responsibility to the residents and to the taxpayers to treat it as such, so.
Well, if I commented, then it'd be repeating it 4 times, 5th time.
Okay.
So just remember what those are the 4, council and mayor say. I'm in agreement with them all.
Okay. Don, any thoughts?
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's no use appointing somebody for, 2 weeks. Might as well take and do all the appointings that we need to do at once, so.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for that. For the consensus, I think, in terms of number of applications, Mayor Pro Tem and I were discussing this with, our city clerk and city manager. I think, they're by state statute, we can have up to 11, but we really don't feel like that is effective. I think we've seen the DDA operate very effectively to date, under Chair Gamelki. And I think, probably 3 more applications is the most we would take, sticking with that 7 number on the board. Right now we do have, I think we have 2 open positions and 1 that is about to expire. So in essence, in June, we'd be looking for 3 filling. Yeah, we're gonna fill 3 seats.
So we'll accept as many applications that
Yes,
come in,
yeah.
but we'd be
We're-
looking to appoint 3 just to
Yep.
keep it productive. and-
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that would maintain the current number of seats you have for.
Right.
What's the quorum of that body? Do you know? 5? Okay.
Is 5 quorum there? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, because yeah.
Well, Mr. Mayor, if you guys are going good with 7 and everything's been going really well, stick with it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, no, I think it's going great. Okay.
Yeah, it has been functioning well.
So I think we're just looking for consensus on that as well. Yeah.
You know, I
It's
think,
okay.
I think we've
I think
achieved
you
that.
got it. Yeah.
Don, any thought on the number?
No, 7 to
Okay.
me is you get too many and you start running into hassles.
Mm-hmm.
So 7 is a good number to work with.
Okay. Very good.
7
Okay.
it is.
Thank you, council. Good discussion. Yeah. Oh, yes, please. Can you, yeah. You're-
Open up your mic.
Thank you. Sorry, Monica, if we could have you post the application starting tomorrow if possible, or Tuesday at the latest.
Okay,
And then we'll take applications through June 12th, 5 PM.
okay,
And then we will appoint, or we'll do interviews on June 18th, council meeting.
yep, got it, thank you.
Good. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right, let's see. Move on to reports. Mayor's report. Yeah. All right. Okay, first item. Just gotta make sure. First item, Saturday, May 23rd at 10 a.m. The VFW and a number of veterans are gonna be placing, doing the flag placing in our cemetery. So if you guys would like to, anybody in the public would like to show up to watch or to help, much appreciated. On Saturday, May 30th, and I'm gonna leave Memorial Day for Catherine. But on Saturday, May 30th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., the Woodland Aquatic Center is hosting Parents Night Out. Parents enjoy a few hours off while the kids swim, play games, watch a movie, and eat pizza and ice cream. Yeah, okay. I'd do that.
Just for the kids?
Yeah, registration is required and spots are limited. Check out the city's website for more details. Thursday, June 4th from 11:30 to 1:30, the Woodland Park Chamber of Commerce is hosting the Lunch and Learn session. There's a typo here, sorry. The Reverse Mortgage Conversation, Fact, Fiction, and What's Missing. Registration is required. Check out the Chamber's website for more details. Friendly reminder, the City Hall will be closed Monday, 25th in observation of Memorial Day. And that is all I have. Oh.
Right.
All right, the UAC didn't meet this month. Legislatively, for those of you that get to enjoy driving on 67, House Bill 25-1009, last year's House Bill, Vegetative Fuel Mitigation Bill, started cutting trees down on 67 between Woodland Park and Westwood Lakes. It's Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. They're advancing 3 miles per day, so have fun with that. But they're doing it to reduce hazardous trees and vegetation ahead of summer fire season to keep the critical evacuation routes open. And then Memorial Day, at the Woodland Park Cemetery at 11 a.m., we will have a gravesite remembrance ceremony. And it is sponsored by the Woodland Park American Legion Post 1980, I have my own typo, and the VFW Post 6051. So please come join us.
Thank you.
All right, as you can see, Keep Woodland Park Beautiful had a pretty productive and busy spring. Again, just a thank you to Merit Academy for participating in that. Thank you to Kristen Higginbotham, our city liaison, for helping get that all coordinated. And again, thank you to those sponsors who consistently show up for Keep Woodland Park Beautiful, AJ's Pizza, Apex Trash Service, Apex Waste, and Walmart. They consistently donate, and we appreciate that very much. Our next meeting for Keep Woodland Park Beautiful is June 11th. It'll be a 5 p.m. meeting. Additionally, the Youth Advisory Council is again meeting June 3rd at 4 p.m. And I was chewing on that a little bit recently, and I kind of thought it might be neat for us to do some sort of council member for a day program with them. Just to encourage just service, civic mindedness, and help develop some leadership. Obviously, there would be some caveats around there. I don't think we could actually have them vote, but to be able to participate, yeah, but to be able to participate in discussion, to learn some of the procedural aspects of it, and to have a view from the other side of the dais, I think is very beneficial. So. I would, I guess, look for the council's approval for me to take that to the staff liaison and put that on the agenda for them.
Yeah, no, I think that's
It'd be a great idea. Yeah, it really would.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I first had this idea, I did call Councilmember Smith and I said, "Hey, is this dumb or is it just me?"
In working with youths for decades and decades, giving them that experience, it gives them the other side. And it gives them a better feeling, and it gives them that, oh, that's what they're talking about. Feeling and knowledge. I think it would really help them out.
Yeah, so I will bring that to them at our June 3rd meeting. What's that?
Maybe first.
Can you be first? You're a council member for more than a day, sir. We've got you for the next couple years at least. But again, Wednesday, June 3rd at 4 p.m. It is a public meeting, so if you want to see what these kids are saying, it is open to the public. And we've got some really bright kids there. But that's what I have. I just want to also wish everybody a reflective Memorial Day. I know it's the start of summer for a lot of people, but it's also, a day of remembrance. And so I like to focus on that.
Thank you. Gear.
I got absolutely nothing.
Cool, I'll take your time.
By all means, I yield my time to you, good sir.
Well, speaking of Memorial Weekend and veterans, I just want to say, thank you vets that are out there in our audience. Vets out in our audience, thank you. So going on forward with Park and Recs, I'm just going to briefly rock on through this.
You want to turn your mic on by chance?
Oh. Okay, there we go. Okay. June 4th is at 4 o'clock. There's going to be an award thing at the Avenger Open Space. which the Colorado Lottery is going to be giving out the Starburst Award, award for the Avenger Open Space. And after that, they're gonna do a little, 2-3 mile walk. The public is gonna be welcome to join on that walk and be there for the presentation. And after that, they will come here to the council meeting and again present that to the city for the award. Don't forget, Cindy Keating's going away yeehaw party. She's very excited about that.
When is it? Yeah, please.
You knew you were going to ask me.
Friday, June 5th.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Friday, June 5th, the day after.
At
At
Shiny Mountain
Shiny Mountain Golf Course at 6 o'clock to 9.
Yeah.
Yes, 6 o'clock to 9. Look, I actually have that. Okay, and also to follow up with some stuff here, the Park and Recs, they had their baseball signups and they had their first season's practice on May 4th. Even though they had 3 competitive teams up here, the Park and Rec department only lost 10 kids. That's how strong our Park and Rec department's baseball program is. I think that's awesome. The Aquatic Center had basically 1,400 cards swiped in the month of April. There's 11 birthday parties. At the UPass Cultural Center, they hosted 2-chamber state of the city things, brunches, lunches, breakfasts. There are 4 birthday parties. There are 8 community concerts, 9 chamber expos, the Krabby Tax Night. There's 16 Qantas bingos, on the 18th, there is the Mom and Sons dance. There is a 50th wedding anniversary. Congratulate them too. Wow. And then on the 16th, there's the light bulb theater dancing in your sleep. I would have tripped over myself. And then at the Shiny Mountain Golf Course, the pro shop had sold over 2,000 golf passes. It's on its way.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's very
I
good.
tell you what, if you have not been out to Shiny Mountain and walked around the inside, it is looking awesome. The grounds are starting to go up and it's great. You got to go out there and check it out. Mr. Mayor,
Sir.
that's all I got.
Okay, thank you. There's a question in there or a command. I wasn't sure where that was going.
I have
Done.
nothing tonight.
Nothing? Okay. Thank you. All right. Yeah, council. I mean, legal, yeah.
Yeah. So it's just congratulations on being elected mayor, and as Councilman Zellum, it's nice to work with you in this capacity and everybody else who is returning, stayed, everything. It's nice to continue working with you. And other than that, just the only update really coming from the attorney's office is that, as you know, the state legislative session recently ended. You know, CML will send you out a summation, and then our office always does a more in-depth one. And then in the meantime, we'll also send you one about bills that are enacted and more immediate and need more attention sooner to keep you in compliance. So then that, I have nothing else. Nice to see everybody.
Thank you. All right, city manager's report. Is that you, Rob?
Yeah, I think Aaron wanted me to go first. Just
Oh,
talk about flowers real quick.
Oh, good.
So, just so everybody knows, we shoot for the first Monday after the 15th of June of getting the flowers out. So that year, this is on a Monday, so that's when we're gonna start working on it. We are probably gonna get them in on June 10th though, so it's a little bit early. We'll be able to get them set out. And then we'll start putting them in the ground on the 15th. So Aaron's plan is to let most of the workers in City Hall go out and participate in that so we can get them on the ground. We'll be taking volunteers for the rest of the week. So working with Kristen, we're going to put up like a sign up genius for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday probably. And we're just going to start down at Telecycle and we're just going to start working our way up till we get them all in all the way to the west side of the city. And then John just informed me that they're going to be getting a bunch of baskets down there this next week. So all those will be up and we'll start getting some color downtown in the city. And, we've done a lot of work on it this year. They're already prepping the beds. Things are looking nice. So I think people are going to be really excited about it. It's kind of like the Christmas lights. Now we've moved that to the summertime with flowers.
Yeah. And the medians look great too, by the way, Rob.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Rob, to you and your team. You guys have been doing some excellent work. Yeah, we are really excited about this flower planting. So we're looking, y'all can't hear me?
It's muted. We can hear you, but it needs to be louder.
Scream, Aaron.
Scream. But yes, we are definitely looking to close City Hall on June 15th. I'm really excited that Rob's able to get the flowers in ahead of time so that we're not scrambling, which is what it seemed like was going to happen. So we're really excited about that. And then I know the chief wanted to come up and share a couple of updates with you as well.
Oh. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Seems like I'm very loud all of a sudden. First, always nice to see everybody. I appreciate the time to get in front of you for a few minutes. I just want to start by saying, you may have seen the post I did about a week and a half ago where I learned about the passing of former Commander Jim Halloran, who worked for the police department. Some of you who have been around a while probably know him much better than I do. In reading some of the commentary and hearing about him, it's nice actually Chief Lambert is here because he was very complimentary of Jim's commitment and dedication to being really a staunch advocate for the wildfire protection and just being heavily involved with them. I know that he was at least a 20-year vet of the Air Force and then served the city for approximately 28 years. And I think he retired in 2019, which is a few years before I got here. But I feel fortunate to have been able to meet him and spend some time with him last year when Chief Larson passed. Yeah, he and I and Len Jardin and a couple of the other folks got together and were able to share some stories about the way it used to be here, which is always fun to hear from the guys who ran the roads before we did. So it's nice to be able to recognize his service and kind of memorialize it in this record. We all, of course, send our support to his wife, Kim, his son, Sean, and their extended family. So I just wanted to start with that. On a bit of a more positive note, we had our end of the school year barbecue event at the park today. It was nice to see some of you there. We had better weather than I anticipated, although I think I should have left the long sleeve shirt on. So it's always fun to celebrate the kids and get out there and cook some hot dogs and have some drinks and chips and just get out there and celebrate another successful school year, which is always fantastic. So we appreciate your support for that, the community support for that. Our partners at NETCO, UPRAD, the Sheriff's Office, our city support staff who help come out, set that up for us and just keep things moving is always fun to watch the teams come together, especially our internal teams, because I have been amazed since I've been here of how much we punch above our weight class here for what we do. It's pretty impressive. On a secondary note to that, congratulations to all of our seniors this year. Congratulate our graduating classes, not only of the high school, but now we have a Merit Academy graduating class. So I wish they would have kind of hung around because we were packed full of them here and it would have been nice to have them hear that in person. But we recognize that and that's always also neat. Finally, I just want to share a point of interest with all of you as regarding the police department and kind of where we're headed into the future. You may have seen a point that I referenced in our strategic plan that carries us through the end of 2029. And that was a point about international accreditation through the CALIA body. That's the Commission for Accreditation of Law Enforcement Agencies. I'm happy to report to you all now that as approximately 5% of all police departments in the country, yours is now in the self-assessment process with the CALIA process. So we are looking at a 24 to 36 month process time period. During that time, what we will do is go through our policies, our procedures, our SOPs, load them into our assessment folder. and prepare that for what will become a mock assessment where we'll have an assessment team come in, take a look at those files, make tweaks where we need to, and eventually go through a full-blown assessment of the police department with the hopes to have you accredited through them by the end of 29. It's a voluntary process. We asked for this, but it's tough and it's not for the faint of heart. And the interesting thing is that the CALEA body generally targets the larger agencies because that's kind of where their bread and butter is. But to have an agency our size going through that process is pretty impressive, and I hope that you're as proud of that as I am. Any questions for me about that or anything else?
Yeah, I did have one, Chief. Have you had experience with this before?
Yes.
Okay.
My former agency was at one time CALEA and dual certified through the state accreditation.
Okay.
Through, let's just call it what it is, 10, 15 years ago, political hurdles in the Southeast with policies and procedures were much different than the governing body of CALEA wanted us to do. So some of our leadership at the time decided we weren't going to do that and dropped it. But yes, I do have experience with it. So it's not completely new to me. But what's interesting is a lot of those policies and procedures that are in place as standards through CALEA are things we're already doing. Not only are we already doing them, any solid police department should be doing them anyway.
Gotcha.
So I submit to you, we're ahead of the curve. That's where I like to be. And hopefully you'll see that, continue to see that in our work.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. Manager.
Yeah.
It's under 5 minutes.
Yes, thank you very much, Chief. We are really excited about the accreditation process. It's going to make sure that we're best in class. And where I came from as well, we were dual certified as well. So I'm very versed in the accreditation standards that we're going to be meeting. So we are going to be moving the bar for sure on this one. That's all I have for you. Sorry, I can't be there with you in person tonight, but I'll see you guys for the next one.
We miss you, Aaron.
Yes, likewise.
Is that it?
Yes.
All good. All right. We are adjourned.